Hello everybody, this is Cheri at djsundry.blogspot.com, and I have a super simple, super fun project to bring to you, using February 2016's Stamp of the Month. Now the Stamp of the Month this month is called Balloon Animals, and I don't know how well you can see that, but isn't it super fun? In fact, I think it's probably one of my favorite ones in a long time. Now the card that we're going to make today uses this, and then when I'm done, I'm going to show you other cards that I made using the same set. Now, I think it's really fun to give little cards to kids for just whatever you may want to give them to. You can put them in their lunch boxes and just remind them that you love them. You can send them a quick note in the mail. You could even use these as gift enclosures for gift bags. Just really simple. So what I'm doing is I started with a 8-inch long by 4-inch wide piece of white daisy cardstock. I scored it in the middle and folded it in half, and then I took a piece of 4x4 cardstock from the Georgie collection. Now this collection I think is perfect for these balloon animals, and you'll see what I'm talking about in a minute. Now some of the colors in this, we've got some canary and we've got some juniper. There's some champagne in here. There's some whisper. The collection also, I believe, uses glacier. And so I've pulled some of those, and what I've started with is another piece of white daisy cardstock. And this is cut at 2 3/4 inches squared. And we're going to pull out our juniper ink and then our little rabbit. Now the first thing that I want to tell you is this is really a super solid image, and I also have not used this image yet, so I need to prep my stamp. So to do that, I am just going to kind of go on my skin and just kind of get it I hate to say dirty, but in a way, yeah, I'm kind of getting it dirty so that it will pick up the ink better. And then I'm going to ink up my stamp using the juniper ink. Now I am going to need to ink it up really well. If you haven't stamped with solid images before, then you need to know that sometimes it's a little bit difficult to get a good impression. So you want to really ink it up well, and you want to make sure that your stamp is well prepped. Those are the first two steps. The next step is you want to be sure and use the pad, the little plastic pad that comes in the stamp set. So now I'm going to put this little bunny rabbit, and I'm going to kind of take him off to the side here and kind of down in the corner, and then I'm going to really press in, and that sponge will help give us a good even pressure, and then we will peel up, and there we have our cute little bunny rabbit. I'm going to clean that off right away and set that aside. Now as I mentioned, you could use this for birthday gifts, and so that's what I'm going to make this card for. So I'm going to pull the stamp also on this set that says happy birthday, and I am going to mount it on a block, which is off camera. Then I'm going to pull some black ink, and I'm going to ink that up again, prepping my stamp because I haven't used this one. Then I'm going to ink it up, and I see I haven't got that on there very straight, so let's try that. There we go. And then we're going to ink it up with black ink. Another tip when you are using a stamp, especially such as this one where the stamp block is quite a bit bigger than the image, be sure and pick up all your leftover ink. Otherwise you will end up with it inside of your image. Ask me how I know this. I've done it a lot of times. Now this one I think I'm going to put at an angle like so, and stamp down and be done. I really like how crisp this the wording in this stamp set is. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I could just leave it like that and call it good. I'm going to take it one step further. This stamp set also comes with these little polka dots, and as I mentioned, canary is part of the colors, one of the colors in the set. Just closing up my ink so they don't dry out. So I have a piece of scratch paper here, and you can see I've got polka dots all over it. And I am going to do an inking off procedure. And what I mean by that is I'm just going to take the canary ink and the little polka dots. I'm going to ink it up really well. Now I have used this one. I'm going to press off to the side, and then I'm going to do what's called a second generation stamp on my paper. Now you can just barely see those yellow dots, but what it does is it makes it have a little bit more interest in the image itself, and or on the background paper. It's almost like, well, I guess it really is that I'm creating my own background paper. Now I could, if I wanted to, I could have just left these the darker images all around, but what I'm doing here is I am going even over my lettering so that I can fill up this whole, making it a fun background paper, just like so. Okay, so we've got that, and now we are ready to assemble our card. Now I've already mounted, as I showed you earlier, our 4x4 piece onto our 4x4 card. And now I have a piece of juniper cardstock that is cut at 3 inches squared, and we are going to mount our imaged piece to the top of that, and we're almost done. It's just now we're to the assembly part. So I am just going to center that right in the middle of that green juniper piece, just like so. Turn it upside down. Put some. Now you could, and I could have, to save time off of camera, you could always put the white piece on the green before you stamped it. The reason I do not do that is because I tend to sometimes mess up images, whether it's by not wiping off like my black stamp and leaving black in it, or not getting a clean solid image. And when that happens, if it's already mounted to the green, you have to decide if you're going to live with it or if you're just going to start all over. With both green and white. If I'm going to start over, I'd rather just start with the white. So there we have our cute little gift bag enclosure. But what about using this set for lunchbox notes, or just little pillow notes? You could leave them on your kid's pillow when they got home from school. Well, I have some others. How about this one? And this one, you can see I did not get that as clean as some of the other ones, but this one just says, "It's your day." This one says "party." This another gift bag. I think this would be awesome for that. Hip hip hooray, and this is another one where I put in the little dots in the back image, and I kind of centered that into his tail because that gave me enough room to make it fit all the way across. And then another hip hip hooray. So there we have this fun new Stamp of the Month set. And if you head over to my website, the way you can get that is 2 different ways. First of all, head over to my website, djsundry.ctmh. That's my personal business page. It's not my website, but it's my business page. And I'll put the link below. And place a $50 order, and if you do, you can get this stamp set for $5, which is a really good value. You can also, if you don't want to make a $50 order and you are just absolutely in love with this stamp set, then you could also just purchase it outright, but the cost of that's going to be $17.95. So you see, it's a really good value if you are already making a $50 purchase to just spend that extra $5 and pick this up. So thanks so much for stopping by today, and remember, take some time to enjoy the little things. Have a great day. Bye.